We are in Tanzania and our goal is to climb Mount Kilimanjaro, one of the world's most inviting mountains for climbers and one of the 7 summits, being the highest point in Africa. We checked in at the Machame Gate on the southwest of the mountain, which was a beehive of activity with hundreds of tourists making their registration, as well as crew making final preparations for the climb. Our day 1 climb begins at an altitude of 1800 meters above sea level and is expected to take us through lush and beautiful tropical forest. We are a team of 2 local guides, Said and Abdi, as well as my 2 buddies Njao and Timothy, who will appear a lot in this video. Machame is one of the many climbing routes of Kilimanjaro, others being Lemosho, Umbwe, Northern Circuit, Rongai, Western Bridge and Marangu, which I used in early 2019. Machame is also known as the Whiskey Route.
Mount Meru. Meru baadaye. Isikuine.
It was hot, but at least we were under the cover of forest.
Where are you from? Kenya. Kenya. Yeah, Nairobi. Yeah, Nairobi. Wow. Every evening.
Forest topography covers over 1,000 km² of Kilimanjaro, which is prominent all around the mountain, and usually the first area covered on all climbing routes.
Labda ngoja Mike atuambie kama aliona Kenya nyingine. Wanaita elephant trunk.
There are hundreds of natural tree species and small animals, with the most dominant being the black and white colobus, mantled gozera, and the blue monkey.
These are Kenyan from hapo nini? Atudo Kenya. Akafanya research akatoa hapo.
After walking for about 4 hours, we arrived at our day 1 stop, the Machame camp, at an altitude of 2,835 meters above sea level. Notice the change in vegetation as the trees become shorter with a more moorlandish look. Due to Kilimanjaro's popularity, it is evident we are in our hundreds if not thousands. After a hot beverage with some popcorn, we were later served with a mouth-watering dinner of chicken stew, coconut rice, and mixed vegetables. After having soup and tea with toast, we embarked on our second day trek. Notice here the gradient becomes steeper and the forest continues to turn into heath and moorland. As we go higher, the peaks of Kili continue to emerge, with Shira and Kibo being visible on our way. We will only get to see Mawenzi when we arrive at base camp 2 days later.
Sema kitu.
Bwana tuko vizuri.
Jambo.
Tuko poa sana. Tuko na chef.
Thank you.
Acha mayai.
Well done.
Na mkate huko.
Kuna njaa.
The day's weather was warm, but a bit windy due to the change in vegetation. Along with us are hundreds of porters who I must say are very instrumental for any expedition. These tough guys who walk like machines carry everything that climbers need on the mountain. This includes food, tents, water, and even extra personal luggage. Kudos to the porters of Kili. Notice how fast the weather changes on Kilimanjaro. One moment, you could be enjoying rays from the sun. The next, it is raining. This phenomenon is quite common among all high altitudes. Four hours later, we arrived at our stop for day 2, Shira Cave Camp at an altitude of 3,750 meters above sea level. The day's hike covered about 5.5 kilometers through the Shira Plateau and several river gorges.
End of day 2 trek. We are at Shira cave camp, which is at an altitude of 3,750 meters above sea level. As you can see behind me, it's a massive camp of hundreds of porters as well as tourists. It's about midday, so we got quite a long time to take a rest. In the afternoon, if the weather allows, we'll do a short acclimatization hike up the route. Then tomorrow we proceed.
After some porridge and fruits, followed by some nice spaghetti and fried chicken with vegetables, it was time to rest. My friends opted to take a nap while I went round the camp making friends.
Hello, my name is Dina. I'm climbing Kilimanjaro to challenge myself and to fundraise for Gaza.
Hi, so my name is George. I'm from Lebanon and I'm climbing Kilimanjaro as a self challenge as it is one of the 7 summits. I think it's a good one to start.
Hi, my name is Angie. I'm from Hamburg, Germany, and why I'm climbing Kilimanjaro, because I want to challenge myself. I never did something like this before, and I thought maybe I can do it, and yeah.
I am happy to announce that Dina, George and Angie all made it to the summit. In the evening, we made the short acclimatization hike to the nearby Shira cave and the Hanging Rock viewpoint. Our dinner was some roast potatoes and fried fish fingers, together with some guacamole and mixed vegetables.
Good morning, day 3 of our climb. A very cold morning, also a very cold night. And we are ready for today's hike and the distance that we are going to cover today. It's a very beautiful and clear morning. Let me show you how Kibo Peak looks from my point of view. That is Kibo Peak.
After a filling breakfast of toast, omelette and pancakes, we embarked on our day 3 climb. As you can notice, vegetation at this stage is almost gone as we head into the alpine desert. The day's climb was huge for acclimatization as we were to climb high, then descend and sleep low. Climbing high and sleeping low is a well-known tactic used in mountaineering to help climbers' bodies adjust to the altitude.
This is Kilimanjaro. This is day 3.
After a 3 hours walk over rock, we arrived at the famous Machame-Lemosho junction where the two climbing routes converge. The large number of climbers and porters continues to provide an image of how popular Kilimanjaro is. From the southern slopes of the mountain, Kibo Peak glows majestically. The alpine desert zone is part of the Shira Plateau. The weather again was sunny but cold, with occasional cloud covering Kibo. After passing a few river gorges, we got to Lava Tower, which is at 4,600 meters above sea level, our highest point of the day's hike. Here we enjoyed our picnic snacks, then began the descent to Barranco camp.
umechanganyikiwa na
Nasikia
wapi?
hatua ile imeshakuwa ni ngumu. Okay. Kamera si kwako, piga picha mwenyewe. Hamna hata mkono wangu mfukoni.
Upon arrival at Barranco camp, which is at 3,900 meters above sea level, we were offered some soup, and incredibly, our chef made us pizza. Yes, fresh pizza on the mountains. That is something I am not going to forget.
It's 6 a.m. at Barranco camp. Today we are going to walk up to Barafu camp, which will be our base camp before we seek for the summit. It's 6:30 a.m. and we are now going to take on the Barranco wall.
With the very inviting views of Kibo Peak, we embarked on climbing the Barranco. I don't understand why people call it the Wall of Death, because I found it quite a thrilling climb.
The famous Barranco wall.
This wall gained notoriety for its steep nature, where climbers go up on all fours at some points. The path is one, and all climbers here have to follow each other in a singular line.
Hii ni kicha hivi. Tunafanya pia na rock climbing. Rock bushes measure.
Okay, so you come behind me.
Pole.
Baada ya kishafika pale juu.
Baada ya kufika. Au unasemaje? Hapa ni wapi?
just done with the Barranco wall, and you can see Kimbo Peak behind us. We're going now to walk this way towards Barafu camp, where we will push for the summit.
After a 5 kilometers distance walk of about 4 hours, we got to Karanga camp, which is at 3,995 meters above sea level. Climbers can choose to spend an extra night here for acclimatization. For our team, it was our lunch point before going up and down several ridges towards our stopping point of the day and our base camp before the summit night. The day culminated into about 7 hours of walking over the alpine desert to Barafu camp, which is at an altitude of 4,673 meters above sea level. From Barafu camp, Mawenzi Peak, towering at 5,149 meters above sea level, is visible. Mawenzi is at the farthest east of the mountain and is passed close by climbers using the Rongai and Marango routes. It is also climbed but on a technical approach.
Arrived at Barafu camp after taking a rest for several hours. Later tonight we will set to push for the summit.
After tea and popcorn, we took an early dinner of macaroni, mushroom and spaghetti, as well as some bhajias.
It's 11 p.m. We are up and ready to get prepared for within the next 1 hour. We will be beginning the push for the summit.
At midnight, sub-zero temperatures and full gear, we embarked on the summit climb. For about 5 hours, we climbed through steep rock and humbling cold winds, with our only morale being the amazing motivational songs from the Kili crew.
Afike salama. Amba. 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 Afike salama. Afike salama. Amba. 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 Afike salama.
This 5 hours climb took us from Barafu camp to Stella Point, which is at 5,756 meters above sea level, an altitude gain of over 1,000 meters.
65 meters.
With the quiet night and the only noise being our footsteps, and as the town of Moshi shone its lights far below us, it took us 1 more hour to arrive at the highest point of Africa. At 6 or 7 a.m. East African time, we did summit Kilimanjaro as the sun peeped from the east.
Baada ya kutembea kwa masaa kama 6 hivi, tumeweza kufika katika kilele cha mlima wa Kilimanjaro. Hapo unapoona ndio kilele, mahali ambapo ni juu zaidi katika bara la Afrika. Ningependa kushukuru sana Africa Outdoors Kenya pamoja na Rock to Bush Adventures Tanzania kwa kuweza kufanikisha safari hii. Ningesema mengi, lakini I am very grateful for every opportunity.
After a brief photo session, we embarked on the descent. We returned to Barafu camp and had breakfast, then down to High Camp, also known as Millennium Camp. We spent the night at Mweka Camp and left the mountain through Mweka Gate. Upon arrival at our hotel in Arusha, we were presented with our certificates and had our final moment with our crew. 1 day later, we left Tanzania.